let's advertise something so we can get money off of it, and let's pay the rent. That's all.
I kind of agree with that.
I
never saw it that way.
Because I probably did get a lot of money for advertising like that, but and also there's the scene where he's looking, where can I get a universal remote? And what store does he pass by? Best Buy. And they're an electronics store. Why would you not go to Best Buy to get your universal remote? He goes to Bed Bath & Beyond, where they have beds and bath. There's not really a Beyond. We all know that. I mean, why would you go to Bed Bath & Beyond for a universal remote? So I guess it is true that he probably just did it to get money from Bed Bath & Beyond.
Oh, and this is a joke that was from Gus's video. If you guys don't know Gus, he's known as the Nostalgia Kid, but he reviewed Little Nicky, and one of the jokes, running gags that he did was a counter for like advertisements, because there was one from Kmart, one from Popeye's Chicken.
There was a lot from Popeyes.
Yeah, it's mostly Popeyes. It should have been called
Little Nicky and Popeyes.
The demon who knows Popeye's chicken. That's all it should have been called. The demon that found Popeye's chicken.
That sounds like a horrible kid's sketch. The demon who discovered Popeyes by Adam Sandler. Yeah, the little demon. He never had tried food before.
But I really find
I could just imagine that for like a kid's meal, like every kid's meal
comes with it. Every kid's meal comes with the book by Adam Sandler and an action figure of Little Nicky that comes with fire coming out of the mouth.
And has five
real
phrases.
Real fire. It's a lighter. I will eat your heart. Yeah, and it says that.
Yeah, get these Little Nicky action figures.
It has little things like.
The thing about it was the spider scene.
Hey, we're not talking about Little Nicky here. We're talking about Click.
We're not there yet.
All right, never mind.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
But can I say something about Click? I didn't find it as much of an advertisement as I found Little Nicky was, because Click you only saw Bed Bath & Beyond like twice throughout the whole film, and Little Nicky, you had like counters going on. How many times can you find Popeyes?
Popeyes actually did not come up that much. It came, first of all, he shows, the dog shows it to him originally. Then he goes there, get in the flask, and just wants a number 7 or something like that. Then it comes up again, they're just eating it, and then it comes up one more time when he gives it to the demons. And then, I mean, that's really it. And it's not really a big flashy kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. But
it doesn't come up too much that it's annoying.
But for Click, one of my biggest nitpicks, because I can't really find much in Click that I don't like, besides there is one little flaw with the remote. When he's skipping through life and he's not sure what's wrong with him, he asks Morty what's going on, and it's like, well, it's set your preferences. And I'm thinking to myself, doesn't the preferences have settings? Because I know on Facebook and other social media sites, or any website in general, you have preferences that you can automatically change and not just changes on its own. So that was one of my nitpicks. Another one I had is he's still skipping through life, and he's in the hospital, but he sees himself at work before his father dies. How did that work exactly? I
thought of that too. How did he see his dad before, like, he was in the hospital for 6 years. The idea
is that he's not necessarily switching or traveling through time. He's going on autopilot.
Exactly, but he was in the... Yeah, he hits his head when he's really fat. He hits his head, and he's in the hospital with cancer for 6 years. So how does he see his dad had died in those 6 years? His dad had to die in those 6 years because he's not fat when he sees his dad laugh. So it had to be after his liposuction. And that would have been in those 6 years that he's in the hospital. So how did he get back to work?
Yeah, Click has a lot of plot holes.
There's a scene also where you see it says he's Architect of the Year. How does he become Architect of the Year if he's been in the hospital for 6 years?
Yeah, Click has a lot of plot holes.
Noticed about this scene, I have a couple notes here. Another thing I noticed about that scene was the last time he sees his dad, you notice the emotion. He says, "Dad, I don't want to see the nickel trick. I know how you do it." But so he's not on autopilot there. He's actually there, and he's sick of his dad. That's not autopilot. He would have been, sounds good, sounds all right. But no, he's really there.
The idea at that point is that they needed to have him say it to make it really sting in more, to really fuck around with Mr. Koufax's life at that point. Not only does his dad die, but the last thing he says is, "I don't want to spend time with you. And right now you're annoying me."
Exactly, but there wasn't good. They didn't think it through. I think it's probably because it's more of actually a sci-fi idea that he has here.
Yeah.
And Adam Sandler's not a sci-fi writer, so you can find a lot of problems with this movie. Like, you can have questions that were not answered.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he kick, like I had one, like if he kicked someone in the crotch while paused in the past, do they feel it? Because they can't see him.
Maybe, yeah.
So yeah, you can just think of a lot of different things that don't make sense.
Yeah, that's called a
That's
plot
the
hole.
thing. Is it really appropriate to include religion in a science fiction idea? Unless it's going towards that whole entire idea saying, where has God failed us? Or where is God now? Or
Well,
have we messed around with God here?
I don't think it's really much of an issue here, though, because it's taking place on Earth during current, well, kind of futuristic time. But I think it wouldn't make any sense if they were in space, like a Star Wars setting. But I think it fits here better if they did here. So, but I couldn't really find anything really to nitpick about that besides so many plot holes. But let's talk about our favorite moments of Click. My favorite moments was the O'Doul kid because, oh my god, this kid is so miserable. And like Sandler keeps pushing at him, and this kid is so miserable with his life when he tries to brag, and it's like, oh crap, my robot broke, and like he hands him the cigarette and the cigar, and it's like, oh, I just took this out of his mouth. It's not mine.
I think what's really funny is I think we were talking about this earlier and how in Billy Madison, the first movie, there's the four O'Doyle brothers, and they
There's
are
three of them,
the
not
hair
four.
freckled kids, and we finally see the return, I guess, of the O'Doyles that died in Click. They're still red-haired freckled kids, and instead of them always getting him, which they did in Billy Madison, all four brothers, this time he just keeps getting the kid, and he just keeps. He might as well have been saying Adam Sandler rules, Koufax rules.
I think Koufax was in Big Daddy. I think in Click it was a different last name.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah,
Which one was it?
Koufax. Goddamn, that was for, I think that was...
That was Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Michael
Newman.
So you might as well have been saying Newman rules.
Newman. Wait a minute, that's kind of almost like a metaphor. He's a new man after his experience. Yeah, real fucking philosophical, Sandler.
Yeah, I like the idea of the Angel of Death, too. Morty represents the Angel of Death, because there are myths saying the Angel of Death does not just kill people, it also shows life itself as a person is progressing through life, so it just doesn't automatically kill them. I like that, how it added some symbolism into that.
Yeah, I feel like a better fit, there was that focus. Like, there was some type of... I think there are other movies that do something like that.
I love symbolism.
Representation of religious figures, the fictitious figures, of course, as a plot device or even as a character, and it's done a lot better than this. I don't necessarily know any off the top of my head, except for Dogma, but then again, that's comedy again.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't really bother me so much as it really is just something that kind of comes out of nowhere, and I think, well, what the hell? Okay, I really just can't take this movie seriously anymore. I'm just gonna watch it and see and enjoy what happens. It doesn't ruin my experience, but it's just something I really don't get.
Mm-hmm.
They could have just had this eccentric adventure anyway. It just completely comes out of left field or right field. It comes out just like the remote. It comes straight out of his ass, almost out of his ass.
Oh yeah, I do have another nitpick. I didn't like the wife in this film. I just found her as a stuck-up bitch. I'm like, you could argue she... Well, she...
I don't think she really even had a character.
Well, no, can I just defend myself really quick? I mean, yes, I understand that she wants him to spend time with her children. However, she needs to understand that he is a working man, full-time. He can't just go off whenever he can. I mean, that's how full-time jobs work.
That bothered me too. I thought it was really annoying how it's not like he's going out with his friends. He even says it in the movie. I'm not out drinking alcohol and doing drugs.
Mhm.
I'm working so our family can have a better life than I ever had. And I think that's a sweet thing to be saying because, you know, some dads will just they leave because they can't handle it.
But
And
this time the wife leaves.
the wife leaves because he's working for her. And I think I agree with that. That is really annoying to me.
He works hard for the money. I don't know the rest of the words, but you better treat him right. This is like the musical episode. We started singing My Humps earlier, and I Will Survive.
Hey, we sang, what was the theme song? We all sang.
Phenomena. Alright, so are we ready to move on to grown-ups?
No,
Oh, yeah.
you didn't even let me.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Excuse me, I didn't even get my own little bit.
Okay, well, fine.
No problem. Yeah, God.
Crap.
Crap. Well, I thought this was probably one of his, like, this was the movie I think that they made him more of a blockbuster movie kind of guy, where Adam Sandler's more of a household name. I felt like before this, Adam Sandler was kind of like, only a few people knew about who he was. And I thought we were like one of the few lucky people that knew about his movies. But after Click, basically it's like a common household name, Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
And that really a little bit bothers me. But again, it's also a good thing for him, for us.
Mhm.
And I didn't like, again, that it wasn't very comical as I thought it was going to be.
I don't think it needed humor, to be honest.
I think it definitely needed a little bit more humor. Because, again, it's toying with your emotions so much, especially at the end. I mean, that scene, the last scene, did not get any more sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's raining, he's dying on the wet
The singers in the
road.
background.
The angel of death is just everyone's around and crying their eyes out, except the daughter, which was really weird. Just the daughter's smiling. Okay.
No, she. There's
He
ways
just
of
doesn't
expressing.
care that he's dying there.
No, it's a way of expressing grief because some people don't know how to
it's
do.
not. Her brother is there, like, okay, I'm going on the honeymoon. Forget work, and then she's just like, not living too much. Just she doesn't have any emotion towards it. I mean, even the wife, you can see she has some. She's trying to hide her grief. So I see what you're talking about, but she doesn't do that.
I think she's trying to stand by its side, but she can't really show him her weak side.
Well, my point is that it was really, that scene really does toy with your emotions, and then like, boom, it's at the point back in Bed Bath & Beyond. That's where I mean playing with your emotions.
Alright,
Because it's like let's bring you at your most sensitive point, and then bam, we'll hit you with you back in Bed Bath & Beyond. That's really
Click is a real kick in the balls. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a real kick, Adam Sandler kick in the balls. And then I do think though, I really wish that Christopher Walken was in more Adam Sandler movies because he's just hilarious.
Yeah. Then they could, like,
my favorite line from him is probably, you know that the commercial. It's always trying to get to the rainbow at the end. It's always trying to get to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. At the end of the day, it's just cereal. He says it so dramatically, and the lighting on his face is just so dramatic. How it comes from behind, and it's just so hilarious.